Okay, so good evening, everyone. What we have learned till the last session of the Python that just some advanced level of data frame. So we have successfully ingested the CSV file. I mean that it's external CSV from the same server or maybe from a different server. You can import the CSV and create a data frame on top of the CSV. And after that, we can do various type of transformation or data analytics part. So especially we have learned how to joins between two data frames. So we just join for two data frames. We can use two or more than that data frame. Okay. So we can just do the union kind of stuffs as well by using concat or append or join by using merge. So those kind of stuffs we have learned. What are the things we have learned? Just the aggregation function with having multiple columns, I mean different aggregation functions on top of various columns. So those kind of stuffs we have learned. Pivot table we have learned. Any other thing what I can remember? Okay, so those are the important stuffs we have learned. So I think there is no doubt. If there is any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, cool. I think no. So today we'll be going to learn the Python and external database connectivity. So external database means we already installed MySQL. We have seen this thing at the beginning of our session. We are able to handle MySQL database from our local system. We have created the database. We have created some schema over there. We have done some SQL query over there. So the same thing we can connect from the Python and we can able to fetch some data from this database. Okay. So it's again the ETL process. Extract thing we'll be learning first. Extract from a external DB. We already extracted from a different source system that is called CSV file. Now we'll be extracting the information from an external database. Okay. Transformation we already learned. Maybe there are several sources system. I mean several source system actually there in the practical cases. Maybe it's a insurance company. Okay. So or maybe it's a banking company. So in banking there are various sector. Each of the sector is having each of the source system. The OLTP system is a different one. I mean, there are lots of difference. So maybe something we are getting a CSV file, something we are receiving from a database called Teradata, or maybe something we are receiving from Oracle system, something we are receiving from MySQL system. But the transformation we will be doing, we need all the information at a single platform. So by the ETL tool, we need to bring all the source data in a single platform. In the same platform we have to maybe merge it, maybe join it, maybe do some analytics part, maybe some aggregation sorting things, maybe some cleansing operation should be there as well. Some string function I need to apply, some date function I need to apply over there. So after that, when everything is fine, it's as per the business logic, we have able to build the data mart over there. Then we need to push the thing to the target database. Target database should be a single database. Whatever database user should be choosing, we need to push the same thing, whatever we have designed in the ETL tool. Okay. So it's load. So extract, transform, load. That is the function of the ETL tool, ETL. So the last thing should be loading data. So that thing we will be also having a demo session for today. So we just like the same thing, whatever we are pulling from the source system, we can push same kind of stuffs in the target. In the target, we are also using MySQL database because we have only one database is installed at our system. But in the practical scenario, it should be a different database. Whatever data you are pulling out from the OLTP system, the same thing that I mean the transformation thing, the transform thing need to be pushed into OLAP system. So the two system cannot be same. The two database system should be the different one. So the target database we need to push the updated record. But over here, as we are using only MySQL database, so we are using MySQL as both source and target DB. Fine. So let's get into the topic. First of all, how to connect between MySQL and Python. Okay. Establish connection between MySQL database and Python. So some library or package you need to install in Python first. let me show you. Let me open MySQL as well over here. I already opened PyCharm. Let me open MySQL Workbench. I'm giving the password over here. So any doubt till now from anyone? Nothing? Okay, that's cool. Okay, so this is our database. We already found. Okay, for the practical purpose, I have created two tables there. Okay, so this is our database, and this is the dedicated schema we are working from the beginning. Tetra training purpose. I have created this schema for our training purpose. Okay, there may be, I mean, various schemas available over there. I mean, those are databases as well. You can call. Okay, fine. Let me. Okay, so that package you need to install PyMySQL. Okay, so I think you are already aware how to install it from the UI perspective. If you, I mean, use command prompt, just use pip install the particular package name there. Okay, but if you are using a particular UI system, then just go to settings part, go to Python project, Python interpreter. Over there, this kind of window will be opening. Just I mean, click on that plus button, search for the package is Python SQL. PyMySQL should be there, sorry. Okay, I am mistake. PyMySQL, that is already been installed here. Okay, so just click on there, install package, it should be installed in your machine. So you just need only one class over there, connect. So only we can also import entire PyMySQL, but we just imported only one class from PyMySQL. Import connect. We just require connect class over here. Okay, so connect is there. Now I'm just on top of this class. I'm calling this class just it's been instantiated by this variable, this object rather I can say con equal connect. I need to pass all the parameters required for it. So for MySQL connectivity, I need the host server name, the username, and the password name. Okay, port is also required, but we are using a default port for MySQL is 3306. So that's why no need to give the port. So three parameters are required. That is called host name, username, and password. Password the same. I mean, whatever password I'm putting over there while logging into MySQL database, just I need to pass the same thing. Okay. I hope there is no doubt. Just pass this thing inside the connect class. Now, this is the object we need to actually we need to check whether we are able to establish the connection properly or not. How to check it? So I need to do con cursor. Cursor is a method while executing any SQL query or anything. It should be, I mean, we need to use that kind of stuffs. Con.cursor. This method we need to call to initiate a particular connection objective with MySQL. There is a handshaking between this Python window, this MySQL server. Okay. So after the handshaking is done, then you need to open a cursor. After opening the cursor, maybe a session will be started over here. They will be giving a session in this connection. We are having a session. Inside the session, we can perform the SQL query. Okay. And then we can close the cursor and uh, show the output to the user. What should be the output of the query? Okay. So I'm just declaring a cursor or I'm just initiating a session over here. Okay, let me declare the query. The first query I was also testing over here with show databases. What are the different databases? Or directly let me take the example of, okay, what are the tables available over here? Customer table is available. Just let me select it. What happened? Okay. So this is the customer table having this kind of data over there. So I'm just taking this thing and I'm copying it and pasting over there. Same query I'll be calling over here. After opening the, after initiating a session over here in the same connection. Okay. Now let me do a thing, execute on dot execute. What happens? Let me put this thing in a variable. Okay. Suppose session. I'm just assigning a variable over there. On top of the variable, let me work. Yeah, execute. Let me execute the query. Okay. Just I can also directly put the thing over here. Session execute. Session is a variable. On that cursor, I'm creating this variable. A particular session has been created. And in this session, I can directly pass the query over here. Rather, I just, if this is a complex query, I can put everything over there in a query variable and pass this query over here. Okay. So when the query will be executed, I can see the output. But how to check the output? From here, we need to do fetch all. Fetch all. Okay. Session fetch all. Whatever output I'm receiving over here, I'm fetching them all, and I'll be trying to print it. By printing every line, we can use a for loop, for a loop variable I in session variable, I mean this session fetch all, print the output, print I. Okay. So I'm just passing select start from customer, the same query I'm passing over here. We're just going to run it. Test 2, it's fine. Let me run it. Some issue is there. Let me check. Okay, no database is selected. It's able to connect it, but which particular database to pick record, but there are several databases. If I just run it, show databases, let me check. I'm executed the query, show databases. Okay. Yeah, it's able to show me what are the schemas available over there. So let me pick up this one, tetra training purpose. Those are all the schemas available. Those are called metadata. Some of them are metadata schema, just like information schema. I cannot see it from my side. Yes, so information schema is not available. That might be available at the administration part. Okay. The rest of the things are available because those are not metadata schema. Just like information schema, SYS schema, those are MySQL schema. Those are metadata information are being stored. Whatever we are doing over here, Ronnie test, Shakila, Word, tetra training purpose. Okay. Now, while executing the query, I need to mention which schema I'm picking the record. I mean, picking the table. I need to pass the schema first, or rather I can also pass the database name or schema name from here also. Then no need to mention the schema name. Okay, there is several options. Let me pass this thing again. Customer. So whatever we are doing earlier, we are just passing select start from table. Now I checked what is particular schema name where the customer table is located, because over there in while I'm fetching the query over here, I'm just default logging into this schema. That's why there is no issue. But over there, this is an external software. We're trying to connect with MySQL. Okay, so there we need to specify what is the particular database or schema over here. Okay, so let me just pass this thing. I think that should be correct as of now. Let me run it again. Yes. So you can see all the records are present. Those are in tuple format for each of the row. You can see the first bracket is this, and we can compare the same data again over here. Sorry, it's MySQL. Yeah. So all the records 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 records are there. And I can see 9 records are here as well. Okay. So whatever SQL query we have performed over there while learning MySQL, we can run the same kind of query inside the code over here. We can execute the stored procedures as well from here. So several kind of stuffs, lots of big programming we can do by this or by opening a cursor over here. Okay. So just a quick thing, we are able to connect to MySQL. We have set up a connectivity. We have created a session. In the session, we can run the SQL query and we can show the output in this way. It's not only showing the output, we can create table, we can delete or drop a table, we can update the table, anything you can do. But the thing is, from DBA side, we know we must have to have the DDL permission for the particular user. Okay. So maybe you are trying, but you are failing because you do not have the privilege for the DDL. Okay. So this is totally if you are in a live project, that you just have to have the correct role and privilege setup for your user. Okay, fine. Any doubt till now? Okay, hopefully no. Moving to the next topic, create data frame from MySQL database. Now, this is a quick demonstration that we can learn how to connect how with a separate database. Even if it's not MySQL, we need to install. If suppose you have a Oracle database to connect, we need to check which particular package is suitable for us to import Oracle. We need to import the same thing. We need to set up the same connection. Then we need to create the cursor and do the same thing. Some difference should be there on top of package name and maybe the class name as well. Maybe this order can be changed while assigning the parameter. Maybe something is different. Maybe password is something in PWD in this kind of parameter or just like this should be there. Okay. So no need to worry about if this is a different connection. Just search with Google or any web browser that check with what particular uh, what particular package you need to use, what are the inbuilt packages are there, or what are the external packages are there for connect Oracle databases and import the same thing and go ahead with your programming. Okay. So the next topic is what I mentioned, create data frame. So now what I'll be doing, I'll be fetching the SQL query. Firing the SQL query in the top of database and the output should be stored in a data frame. Okay. So that is one of the main purpose because from the various source system, first of all, we need to bring all the data in data frame format. If we have all the data frames, then we can do the operation between data frame. The particular activity, maybe we can merge the data. Maybe we have to append the data first, then do some manipulation. So whatever we'll be doing, just we need to bring them up in several data frames. Then only we can work. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay. So our next topic, to create the data frame, we need a new new package that is called SQL Alchemy. This is very much useful. Over there, we are having create engine as a class. So I'm importing create engine class over here. The same kind of stuffs what we have learned from MySQL Connect. I'm importing Connect there. Connect is not required over here. Pandas I'm already importing because I need to create the data frame. Okay. And we need to work on top of data frame only. So that's why pandas I have also included over here. So first of all, we are creating the engine, creating engine for MySQL. This kind of connection parameter we need to pass. So there are several kind of parameter. While using PyMySQL, we need to pass the parameter in this way. But over here, it's a connection string itself. So in the connection string, those things are fixed for MySQL. Okay. Then a colon should be there, double slash. The username should be present over here. When user's name is finished, then we need to put a colon again. Okay, this is the username. Then the password. Then when the password is finished, then we need to put at the rate the server name where the server is being hosted. Okay, and then pass the port number. The default port for MySQL is 3306. Okay, slash particular schema name where we want to log it. So over here in these cases, while writing the query, I do not need to pass the schema name over there. Okay, I think you got it. So let me create a data frame on top of some SQL query. I'll be using the same SQL query, select star from customer. Let me pick it up. Okay, and this is a particular method we can use to create the data frame. So let me create a data frame df. Okay, so it should be pd dot read SQL query. Inside that, let me pass over here select star from customer, and I need to also pass the particular engine. Okay, because a particular session is being started by this command engine equal create engine. That create engine is there. Okay, so I need to pass the same thing pd dot raw read SQL query. The select start from customer engine. Okay, let me print the data frame whether we are able to successfully pull the data. Okay, my mistake test 3 should be there. I have executed again this thing. So let me choose the correct sheet test 3. Yes, so it's able to successfully pull the records or pull the data frame. Okay, it's there. There's the same thing whatever we have learned from data frame. So this kind of data frame we need to pull the external databases, and just like we are pulling from CSV file as well. Okay, so the data frame is there, we can print it. Now the next topic is how we can push or how we can write the data frame into the database. Okay, so the target database what I have told, it should be MySQL again. So I'll be putting this data frame into a new table in the MySQL database. So what are the tables available? Let me quickly check. Okay, it's customer, employee 2, employee 5. I was just trying the same thing while creating employee 2 and employee 5. So I'll be creating a new just like employee new or customer new, this kind of stuffs. Let me just do that thing. How to do that? I just have to df dot. Okay, I have the okay df dot to SQL. To SQL is a particular method name. To SQL. Over there we can pass the thing. We can pass the table name where to import the data there. Let me put its customer table. Let me put customer new. Okay, then that engine we need to pass in which connection engine. Engine is a variable, that's why no need to put code. Okay, and then we need to pass. Okay, engine is already there. We should pass or should not, but it's better to pass the schema name. What is Teradata training purpose? Okay, Teradata training purpose. Fine. So I'm just putting the SQL over here. I'm creating the new table, customer new. We can just check customer new is not there. It's fine. Let me run it and let me check. Okay, process has been finished. We can check the output, or you can just print a statement. The particular table has been created. This kind of command over here. It's like print the new table is created. Okay, so I have already learned it. I have run it. So let me check whether customer new is generated or not. Yes, customer new has been generated successfully. So we are able to push the records over here. Okay, so we can create a data frame or we can create multiple data frames there and we can push the records inside a table, a new table in our Teradata training purpose. If we want to modify any table, then we can use the cursor thing by using PyMySQL. But if we just want to have handling on top of data frame, then we can use SQL Alchemy over here. So we can just quickly validate whether this is fine or not. Customer new. I'm receiving an error. Okay, this kind of error we used to receive. Just let me log up the database and log in again. Just I'm killing that instance and logging it again. I have find this issue earlier. Then I just tried to log in and it should be fine. Okay, I'm just running it again. Yes, the record is there. So we are able to successfully push the table inside a inside that MySQL database. Okay. So if I run the same thing again, we can get an error because the table is already exists. So the table already has been created by the previous execution. So to avoid this kind of stuffs, I checked it that the ToSQL there is also a parameter. You can handle this kind of operation if exists. Then append. If it's existed, then we can append the record again. Okay. Date. I'm just removing it. The table is already created actually. We can put something, the data got appended, this kind of print statement. Let me run it again. Okay, so it's executed. We can see, we can refresh. Okay, the table is already there, so nothing is there. We can just select query on top of that one. We can see some, I mean, the same set of data has been appended again. Let me check. I'm just logging off and logging in again. Yes, so we can see same set of data has been appended again. Okay, 0 till this, then again 0 till this. Okay, so we are able to successfully push a table inside our database. Any doubt? Any doubt from anyone? Actually, today's session is very much important as well as interesting as well. We are able to connect our external database and we can do the push-pull operation. I mean, we can extract the thing to a data frame event. We can put several kind of data frames over there in the database again. So this is the ETL process by Python. Actually, I want to teach you. So I think that's been completed. I'll be giving you an exercise over there where multiple source system should be there. Based on each of the source system, you need to create different data frames. Okay, and do some operation on top of each. I mean, several data frames, and at the target, send only one data frame. I mean, send only one table based on one data frame or resultant data frame. I'll be putting the particular steps over there. Just follow and do it by your own. Maybe after this session, I'll be providing these things in a Word doc. Okay, just try to complete these things tomorrow or maybe when we have less day session, we can quickly cover up that thing. Give me 1 second, please. Okay, so we are almost end of the Python chapter. Okay, the one more package I want to introduce you that is called matplotlib. This is for plotting purpose. Okay, so as we are using working as a data analytics team or maybe data engineers team, so if anyone is also using, okay, for analytics part as well, matplotlib is required. For data scientist role, they can also use matplotlib. For visualization team, on top of data they work, so they can also use matplotlib. So this is another package. We just need to install the same way. I just written some code over here. Okay, I just install matplotlib, only pyplot over here, and using, I mean, aliasing the same thing as plt. So I just declare two list over here. I put the code over here. Very simple code actually. I just put two scenarios, different scenarios. Yeah, let me just comment out the second scenario. Only the first scenario. Let's check it. So I'm creating a list. Those are discrete point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Y is having discrete points 2, 4, 6, 8, 7, 12, just like this. So each of the point we can see it's 1-to-1 map. So for dependent variable x, independent variable x, the dependent variable is 2, y. Okay. So just like if you were just go ahead with digital signal processing, the first chapter we will be having this kind of stuff. If anyone have learned on DSP or any kind of subjects and all. So this is the thing I just uh, declared it over here to list, and just over here I'm using this particular class using this method bar, and I'm calling this x and y. Okay, and I'm trying to plot dot show. It will be showing me what plot is there. Let me just choose main.py over here and run it. Okay, so it's a bar plot over here. I'm using bar as a method. So I can see the bar plots. For 1, it's 2. For 2, it's 4. For 3, it's 6. 4, it's 8. Then I just decreased it. Not a even number. 5, it's 7, not 10. And 6, 12. So just like a simple graph, we can use the same thing. We can use several plots, just like scatter plot. Yes, this kind of scatter. Just like how the scatter plot works, it should be working in this way. Okay. There's several several plots should be there. So just you need to check what are the different plots and what plot you required for your analysis and try and go ahead building this. It's a line chart. Okay, so that's all for that one. I have another example. Let me comment it out. So this example is a practical scenario example. The same DF or data frame I just take it from the exam result what you already print earlier. Okay, so the thing just I group by the thing on top of name and subject and I'm doing mean operation. Okay, let me print the result. What is DF1? Let me just comment it out. Okay, comment out. I think I have already told you what is comment in, comment out. In a programming language, this is very much important. So suppose I'm creating a new line over here. I just need to mention what this kind of line is doing. It's aggregation function. Okay, but if I just try to execute it, it will be throwing an error because this is not a programming line. So for that step, we can use a comment out. I can comment out this one because that should not be executed by this Python. How to do that? Put a hash over here. Okay, then that thing is it will not be executed. So by the same thing, we can put some comments what we are doing and all. Okay, so the shortcut key is there control slash. If we have multiple line, just select those line and press control slash button. The multiple lines should be comment out. Then again select this line, press again control slash, then it should be uncommented again. Excuse me. Okay, sorry. So okay, let me print it. I think we already have gone through in this topic. So it's just like group by on top of data frame. We are only able to see name, subject, age, marks. Okay. Now what I want to do, I just want to comment this thing out. I'm creating a subplot using that same plot class. Okay. I'm using a bar chart for this subplot AX. And for x-axis, I'm passing df1 name and y-axis, I'm passing marks. Okay, this is a practical scenario. Just like this, let me comment this thing out and let me run the same thing. Okay, so you can able to see the name versus marks over here on the same library that is matplotlib. Okay, so that's all as of now. You can able to plot on top of database or on top of data frame. Any doubt till now from anyone? We have almost completed the session for today as well as the entire Python class, whether we can say. From tomorrow onwards, some new classes should be there. Maybe I'll be covering the cloud computing for a basic part and how it's been used for the data engineering perspective. Cloud computing is also a huge chapter, but for the data engineers, what things we need to learn, or maybe if we are a data architect, what kind of things? Actually, this is not for data architect class, just for basic thing. What are the different components? What components are used for which purpose? And how to spin up some of the components from AWS. I have suitable screenshot from the earlier session. So based on the screenshot, we can quickly explain the same thing from the two sessions starting from tomorrow. And then something on top of Git. Git is a code, code based repository. Whatever code we are writing over there, we cannot directly execute the same thing in our project. There we need to maintain the codes in a particular repository that is called GitHub. Okay, so that thing we'll be learning again, maybe the last day of this week, Friday. After that, maybe if we have some time, maybe 1 or 2 days, we'll be quickly covering up the basics of the big data. Maybe I'll introduce Hadoop, HDFS, Spark, PySpark. Just I'll be touching, and you should be having basic concept and how we can merge these things with Python as well. Okay, if you have concept in Python, then that should be definitely there'll be no issue to learn Hadoop over there. We can use PySpark. PySpark, I mean, on top of Spark, we can use this Python language and do some operation as a big data developer. Okay, so those are the all thing. Let's connect tomorrow. I'll be giving you some example, I mean, exercise to do. Maybe I'll be sharing the thing in WhatsApp group. Okay. Okay, then any doubt till now? If no, then we can drop off from the session. Okay, nothing. So have a great day to all of you. Thank you. Bye bye.